Yo, what is going down? Welcome back to J Will Trap TV. We are back with another video, back like we never left. And we're gonna be covering the Shaad. Now, visually, I was gonna cover the Shaad because I was just like, I'm gonna wait for power. But then I was just like, everybody talking about it, so I guess I'll throw my 2 cents in there. So let's jump right in. Let's go. So this episode is called Mo Douda, Mo Problems. And you guys already know what's going on with the Douda situation. So we start the episode off with Trig's first day in city council. He's walking up, he's talking with Quincy, and Quincy's telling him he has to get on a mission. He has to get on a mission to save the city. And Trig is just telling him, I'm trying to get up in my office. So he gets up in his office, and next thing you know, Jamal's all up in his office. And you remember Jamal, he is Lene's brother. This dude, he shot a dude, and he got picked up by the police, wasn't able to come and see her for Christmas last year. So now he's no longer a killer. His case got thrown out. He's a born-again Christian, and he's here. He's saying he wants to help out in the community, and he wants to see his sister. So Trig is tripping. He don't know if he want to just, stick his neck out for somebody so easily that, they just got out of jail. He wants to make sure this dude for real about his intentions and whatnot. So he tells him that he needs some time before he can help. So we go to Kiesha and Emmett, and they still haven't spoken since the other night when he left out. She's mad. She says that he came back smelling like smoke. And I don't know if it was cigar smoke or gun smoke, but she smelled something. She caught him in a lie when she said that she saw Nuck's story, and Emmett apologizes. So she accepts his apologies, but she says that if he does that again, she will leave him. She then starts talking about that house because he went and got Tiffany that car. She trying to one-up that. And he says that he's going to work with Douda's realtor. And Kiesha like, do they really need him? And Emmett's like, yeah, we need him to make this work. So then he going to make that move. So we go off to Tiffany, and she's visiting her sex buddy, to drop off some weed, Dante, and she finds out that there's another dealer there named Cairo. Cairo starts asking her questions about where he get her product, and he says that he grows product. At first, Tiffany kind of don't even want to talk to this dude, but then she smokes his weed and realizes how good it is. And Tiff starts getting worried that Cairo's going to put her out of business. We go to Shaad, and he's still feeling like, he has to improve his life, and stay up with his homies and stuff. And he's out here trying to sell, old vintage stuff out here on the street in front of Deja's house. Deja comes out, and she's like, what are you doing, baby? This is not the way to do it. Let me loan you some money. He's like, no, I want to do this by myself. And he sits out here and tries to sell this shit in the freezing cold. So then we go to Maisha and Gemma shopping, and Maisha is telling her that she's been rapping her ass off and she's still broke. And then next thing you know, Sasha Gohar come up, and she asks Maisha to open up for her at her next show. So Gemma jumps in on the details because she's trying to let homegirl know that, hey, you only got one song and it's only like 2 minutes, you know what I'm saying? So you can't do like a whole 10-minute set, but Maisha still wants to do the show. So now Gemma has to manage all this shit out. So we go to Emmett and Darnell, and Darnell's telling Emmett, hey man, don't be on this dude's nuts because he got money and he rolling around, giving it to you. And he also heard this trouble in paradise, because he bought that new car for Tiffany. Darnell tells him to be careful around Douda, and he says that he wants to go with him and look at this house. But Emmett tells him that Douda's gonna go look at it with them and just to hang back. So look, they setting this up. They trying to tell this boy Emmett, we don't need another Brandon situation. So now we go back to Tiff and Rob, and she shows him the new bud. He said this is the best bud he's ever smoked, and he's afraid that Cairo might throw them out of business. Tiff says they can make him their new supplier and get away from Douda. Rob says he has a good deal with Douda and doesn't want to get on his bad side. Says he's giving him more of a percentage than his uncle did. Tiff says she's going to contact Dante to get Cairo's number, and Rob's all suspicious. He's like, wait, why are you hitting up that dude Dante? Wasn't that the dude you used to mess with? So he says he wants to go with her to meet with Cairo now. I like this dude Rob. This dude Rob, he moves pretty cool. We go over to your boy Kev's, and he got some nice furniture now. He's chilling with Jake playing some video games, and Maisha texts him to let him know that she's opening up for Sasha Go Hard. Kevin's excited for her, and Jake asks him to wear a shirt at one of his next tournaments. So I guess your boy Kevin's still making a lot of money off this video game shit. Well, now we go to Emmett, and he's with Douda's realtor, and he's with Douda. They're looking at this house. I guess it's on the west side. It's a little bit far from Smokey's. Douda says they can open up another spot close to this place, and Emmett's kind of worried about being overextended. Emmett asks about the down payment, and he's not worried he's gonna be able to cover all of it. And then Douda comes in and says, oh, I can help you cover it. And Emmett's like, oh, I don't know, I gotta talk to Kiesha about that. And then when he says, hey, when someone offers you a gift, you gotta accept it. So he says it in a pretty forceful way. The realtor even comes in and is like, yo, we need to show Kiesha the house first before we start talking, hard numbers. And Douda's like, nah, man, hey, when you buy a woman a house, they should like the house. But he's like, hey, bro, we in different times now, dog. Let him bring his girl in. So it's it's good that he had that realtor in to kind of, give him a buffer on that pressure, because if he was by himself, it could have been, how something happens on later on. So now we go to Trig introducing Jamal to Tracy, and he's trying to get her to, join Tracy's organization so, he can start helping out the community and, turning out a new leaf. I don't know, Tracy looking kind of worried. She looking like she don't want to really work with this dude. He asks her if he can walk her to his car, and she like, nah, I'm good. So we go to Papa's house, and his dad Stanley, he's over here, reading to them about the Bible, telling them it's important for them to read the Bible, stop spending all that time on social media, et cetera, et cetera. He then tells Bakari he should be careful hanging out with Douda's, crew. that they're not, good peeps. Papa then stands up and says that his father wasn't always an angel, and both of his parents scold him for, disrespecting his father. Papa says sometimes you gotta call people out and make sure they practice what they preach, and Bakari tries to excuse himself, but he's told that he's a part of this family and needs to stay. Papa's dad leads another prayer and he apologizes, for his past sins, and he hopes that Papa and Bakari can forgive him. Switch to Gemma, and she's over here managing, Maisha's travel and in the preparations for the event for her. We go over to Trig and Fatima, and they're talking about Jamal. Trig doesn't want to stick his neck out for this dude. He doesn't know if this dude's gonna still, stay on the good path. If it's just, he just got out, he just showed up. Fatima encourages him to work with Jamal, and Jamal starts thinking that maybe that will be his mission that Quincy was talking to him about earlier. We go to Tracy at home. She gets a call from Douda. She doesn't answer the call. She sits there, looks at the phone for a while, and after a bit, she blocks his contact. So then she's reading this book. So I think she's working on her, self-help. Good for Tracy. But that boy gonna pull up at that door. That's how he move. You block that phone call, he gonna pull up. We go to Shaad and Bakari at Smokey's, and Shaad asks, Bakari about him rolling with Douda. Bakari says that it's temporary, and Bakari asks about his venture story. He asks him if he needs some help. He says that he can give him some work, so he can get some extra money, so he can, start off and get, do something better, being on the street. Shaad tells Bakari that he's playing with fire, and what he's offering him is the kind of stuff that got him locked up in the first place. Bakari says that, he knows what he's doing, and that, he'll be there when he's ready. So, Shaad looking like he about to take that offer, and I don't know, it's crazy. So now we switch to Trig. They're meeting with Lene and fam. They're talking about bringing Jamal back into the mix. They're worried that he won't stick around, and that if he messes up again, they want to cut him off. Lene says that she wants to meet with him. We switch over to Smokey's, and we got Papa and Kenya, and he's rushing. He's trying to get out of here. He's saying he got to catch the bus, and she's like, "Oh, I can give you a ride home." So, dang, little cutie got a whip and everything. That's cute, 19, okay. So they hop in the whip, and they start chatting. It seems they are both preachers' kids, so that's a good connection. Kenya's father, he preaches up on the north side of town at a nice church, and Stanley's dad doesn't like her dad's church. Papa tells her that he wants to be in her life, he's trying to be with her, what I'm saying? And she says she's open to it, but she gotta wait, he gotta wait till he turned 18. So it was a little cute scene. I thought that was cool seeing Papa make that move, We go to Jamal and Lene, and Jamal's doing the whole I'm a changed man, I've been praying, I've been saved, all that stuff. They catch up on things and they start talking about her, boyfriend, what I'm saying? And he started asking if he a street nigga and all that stuff. And she like, hey, you need to back off. You haven't really been there. You can't be asking me all questions, but he might be a street nigga. What's up? So he says, he be telling her not to sleep with nobody and just be careful and watch out because, things happen to these street dudes. And then we move on. So we go to Stanley's church, right? And he in here by himself. And then Douda's crew walk in, they 3 dudes deep. It's him, it's Nuck, and it's that dude who was boosting the cars. But Papa's dad, he like, hey man, I don't want you up in this church, bro. You can pray from afar. You don't, you don't belong in here. And then Douda, he rolls up, he tries to give him like a big donation. It's a big duffel bag of money. So Stanley's like, nah, bro, I can't take this from you. Last time I took money from you, I got arrested for money laundering. And he was just praying, telling his kids that he's not doing that. So the next thing you know, Zay comes up and he tries to threaten this dude, pretty much says like, hey, when you get the gift, you're supposed to accept it. And Stanley's like, I got enough gifts, brother, and he backs off. So homeboy ready to die right here in this church. So Douda pulls him back, and then he gets close, and he asks Stanley if he's sure. He whispers up in his ear in a really threatening way. And Stanley says he's never been more sure in his life. So I don't know. This looked kind of like a death sentence to me. I'm worried. I'm worried about I'm worried about Stanley. And we got Bakari out here watching from the window. So he come outside. Douda come outside, and he like, why you didn't come in here? And he's like, nigga, I live with these niggas, bro. I'm about to go in here and press his dad, and then go sit at the dinner table with them tonight. And this nigga's like, you work for me. So Bakari about to be put in a precarious position between these two, I'm sure. And I hope that he's not the one who has to carry out the murder or the hit on Papa's father. So we go to Tiff and Rob meeting with Cairo, and they're trying to make him their supplier. He don't even want to be their supplier. He says he just want to teach them how to grow weed. He says that they're gonna need like a place to grow it properly so they can control the temperature and do it right. Rob's like, he don't have the money for them to get started, so he asks if he can invest in them. And he says if he invests in them, then he'll be the owner, and he wants them to own their own stuff because they're trying to be their own boss. Cairo says if they can find an investor, then they can get started. We go to Kiesha looking at the new crib, and she likes it, but she's worried about moving over to the west side. She's also worried about affordability. Emmett tells Kiesha that Douda's gonna help, and she relents, and she says that, well, they gotta take the money as a loan, and that she wants her name on the mortgage. And Emmett's like, he wouldn't have it any other way. So they about to take this money from boy. Oh man. We go to Sasha's show, and Maisha is worried because she hasn't performed since, that shooting at the last show, and she's worried that it can happen again. Jimmy tells her she got to move on. We go to Tiff and Rob, and Tiff is pressing Rob's boy. She's saying she knows that he got money, and she's saying that, hey, if you believe in my idea, if you want to be with me, you got to go get that bread from your mama so we can go make this happen. Rob is like, he don't really want to ask his family for money, but she's like, look, if you ask, your family for this bread, we will never have to ask nobody for money again. She tells him, let's go get that money so they can have it all. Why have 15% when they can have it all? Let's be their own bosses. So, okay, Tiffany really trying to move up. But they don't know. This fool Douda, he ain't gonna just let them go like that. So we go to Maisha. She's coming off the stage. Looks like she got a good performance. Kevin here's here to support her. She's like, Kev, you really trying to get back with me? And Kevin's serious. He ready to go. Maisha feel like she still got so much going on. She don't want to commit. But then she say like, what is this? What is this? You know what I'm saying? So they agree to kind of keep seeing each other, but they don't want to tell anybody. They want to keep it to themselves. They don't want to tell Papa. They like, oh, we don't want nobody all up in our business. So they gonna stay together and keep it, keep it on the low. So then Jimmy comes in, Kevin dips out. She hands Maisha the bread from the show. And Maisha's like, hey, it's $200 short. And she's like, oh, I took my 10% off the top. So I was like, damn, she took a little funky $200. But it's funny because like she's like, well, hey, next time you take that money off the top, you need to let me know, But they got into a little argument because Jimmy was like, well, I had to manage this for you, but then Maisha was like, no, you didn't get the event. The manager, you supposed to get the event, and she walked up on me, and I got my own event. But she's like, look, this would have been a disaster if I didn't manage it. So yeah, I took my money off the top. So they got to have better communication, or it's not gonna work out for them. So we go back to Papa and Kenya, and he over here asking, he ready to go. He over here asking, yeah, well, I really gotta wait 18, to start dating your ass. And she's all like, you can ask me, but I'll probably keep on saying no. But she said, I'll keep on being your designated driver, and we'll keep on talking and stuff. So hey, Papa, just cool it. Listen to what Bacardi said last episode. Just cool it, be cool. Ride with the girl home, just be cool. He's all like, well, we about to, assign some shifts together, so we about to be seeing each other a lot. So I hope this, stays cool for the whole season, because I feel like he about to drop the bag in some way and mess it up before he turn 18. So now we got a Rob meeting with his mom, and she got a nice house. She seems kind of bougie. He asked for the $50K loan, and he says he got a plan to pay it back, et cetera, et cetera. She says it's okay. She'll give him the money. She don't even want to pay it back. And he's all like, well, why are you just gonna give me this money? She says that Quentin was her brother and that he was killed. She don't like the way he was just thrown in the river. He was like a dad to her, etc. And she wants whoever killed him dead. And she even ups up to $100K. And Rob is like, well, I ain't no detective, but Rob already know, bro. Rob just don't want to deal with these niggas, bro. And he's like, well, I ain't no detective, but she's like, well, look, if you want this $100K, that's what it's gonna take. So it looked like Rob he gonna take that money and he gonna have to do something about Douda. So okay, so that's the end of the episode. But see, like this is what I was thinking. Now that Rob, I feel like Rob is probably the most equipped person, the most smooth moving person to kind of make a move on this Douda organization. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Emmett, bro. I feel like Emmett is gonna get deeper and deeper and keep on making mistakes, taking money from this dude. And then he's probably gonna get hollered at, but nothing's gonna really happen because these dudes somebody else is gonna come and take Douda out before they can really hurt Emmett or someone else in his life. I think Stanley's dad is, I don't know if he's gonna make it. I feel like, they already caught him slipping. They already caught him slipping in that church. So it's not gonna be easy to catch him slipping again. And they got Bakari living with them. That's another point. Tiffany, I like Tiffany. She's trying to make moves, but she need to be really careful. I don't think she understands the other side of the street game. I keep on thinking about your boy Brandon, when it comes to Emmett. Your boy Shaad, he about to take that deal from Bakari, about to get himself into some kind of trouble. Might lose that spot with Deja. He's gonna miss those warm nights watching The Devil Wears Prada when he locked up, or when Trig, get at him about something. And your boy Trig, he's doing good. He's over here focusing on that city council job. He, about to start helping rehabilitate, young men in the community. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes with Jamal. I don't know. I don't know where this Jamal thing's going. We probably need another episode to see what his weaknesses are. So I'm gonna get up out here. As I said before, I didn't even know if I was gonna cover this shit, but I did. I started making something for episode 1, but I figured we was already on episode 2, so just whatever. But if you get 100 likes, maybe I'll throw it up there. We know that ain't happening anyway. So, all right, guys, I appreciate it. Thanks for watching the video. Make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe, put a notification bell so you know when I go live and making a video. All right, peace.